Hey, Shalom, Makim Shalom. First and foremost, as always, I'm going to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachak Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that taught us His truth and that's still teaching His truth. And as always, much peace, love, and salutation to the elect, beginning with the 144,000, all the way down to the large multitude that believes in who the Lord will deliver in these last days. To you all, I say Shalom. I'm the brother Tazamah from the Great Millstone Dallas camp, coming back today with another lesson. And Lord willing, this lesson will be edifying. And I wanted to go into a lesson based on this article that you see here on the screen. This is from thepeoplesvoice.tv. And the title of the article reads, UN orders governments to ration food supply to quote-unquote fight global boiling. All right, let's read that again. UN orders, which the UN is short for the United Nations, orders governments to ration food supply to fight global boiling. Now, this is just another update, if you will, on prophecy, because the scriptures go into the fact of how there's going to be a famine. There's going to be a famine of the word, which is a spiritual famine, whereas Yahweh Bashim Shai is going to take his prophets off of the street corners. All right, these videos are going to be scrubbed off the internet. It's no longer going to be on YouTube. It's not going to be on Rumble, BitChute, these different platforms anymore. But in the midst of that taking place, it's actually going to be a physical famine that's going to happen, to the point to whereas, you're not going to be able to be readily accessible on food like that. Okay, when you read, for example, like in 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter, when you read 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter, which we'll get some of those precepts, it goes in on the fact of how food is going to be scarce. And Yahweh Basham Yahweh Shai always brings forth a famine and the destruction of an empire. Because if you think, you have a lot of lewd behavior taking place in the world, specifically here in Babylon the Great, which is the mother of all harlots. Okay, and you just had the Pope that pretty much signed off on the fact of now you can have a Pope that can marry, two men or two women or just a whole alphabet agenda community together. And matter of fact, let's actually grab a precept real quick, going in on the fact of how lewdness is the mother of famine. Okay, that's I know it's in Tobit. Let's get it. Tobit chapter 4 verse 13. All right, it says now therefore, my son, love thy brethren and despise not in thy heart. Love thy brethren and despise not in thy heart thy brethren, the sons and daughters of thy people, and taking a wife for them. Okay, and this is going into taking the wives of the heathen, and that was always been a downfall of our people. Okay, you had Captain Tazariak go out there and say that behind Yahweh, behind the Most High, women are the strongest. All right, but and I get what he was saying. You see, but women, when you read in 1st Ezra, the 3rd chapter, it's going into the fact that if you fallen for a woman, because women, if the Most High made women stronger than men, he would have made the woman first. Okay, he would have made man out of woman. Okay, but now the woman came out of the man. Okay, the scripture also calls the woman a weaker vessel, by the way, too. But anyways, it says in not taking a wife of them, because that's always been the downfall of our nation. Taking the wives of these different heathen. Look at King Solomon. You see, he fell to the different. He fell by taking wives of the heathen nations round about him. Okay, but check this out. It says for in pride, which that's the beginning of sin, by the way. For in pride is destruction and much trouble. Okay, and pride is hateful before Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. You see, and this is the most proudest time period that we're living in, the most proudest people that's ruling. Okay, the most proud nation on the planet. Okay, so it says, for in pride is destruction and much trouble, and in lewdness. Okay, what does lewdness mean? Okay, what the fuck just happened? The hell? Hold on. I might have clicked the ad by mistake. Salaki. I don't know what the hell. What was I about to do? Oh, yeah, that's right. I was gonna get the word lewdness here. Okay, so that word lewdness lewd. Okay, so what does it mean to be lewd? Okay, it says non-clerical, unlearned, of uncertain origin, but according to OED, probably ultimately from vulgar Latin laego, from late Latin lacus, belonging to the people. Okay, unlettered or uneducated. And when you look at these people, man, you know, when you look at these people are uneducated in righteousness. They're uneducated in morals. You see, this is a very, very lewd society that we live in. Okay, whereas you can just freak off and do anything that you want, but Yahweh Bashem Al Shai is going to bring a punishment to that. Okay, so it says, and in lewdness is decay and great want. You see, in lewdness is decay and great want. Okay, a great lack. You see, for lewdness is the mother of famine. You see, so the more lewd a society is, the more immoral a society is going to bring forth famine. Hence the reason as to why now you have the UN orders governments to ration food supply to fight global boiling, which that whole global warming and global boiling aspect, that all goes back to Rome. Climate change, that all goes back to Rome. Letting you know that we're in the Roman Empire all over again. Okay? It says the United Nations has ordered world governments to begin severely rationing the food supply to combat climate change. You see that? And this is where you're going to have, now you have all these different articles that are coming out about how they need to start, they pretty much need to start lessening up on eating meat and start incorporating bugs like worms and things of that nature into your diet. You see? And that's what they're doing now. You know, crushing up bugs and things of that nature and putting it in the food, while the super rich get to eat the steaks. They get to eat, you know, the more luxurious food. And now meat is a luxury now. You just ain't gonna be able just to eat meat anytime you want to, man. And America's fat as hell anyway. It's the most fattest, you know, unhealthy nation on the planet. So you trying to get that six pack, you trying to get that curvy stomach, man. Yahweh Bashem Al Shai gonna give you that. Yahweh Bashem Al Shai gonna give you that natural six pack, man. And it ain't gonna be a healthy six pack looking either. All right, it's gonna be one of them. He gonna force you to. Yahweh Bashem Al Shai gonna force you to have a diet. You know, he gonna force you to diet. You see, but the thing is that Yahweh Bashem Al Shai, man, you know, his men. Okay, the elect are gonna be good, man. Okay, Yahweh Bashem Al Shai is gonna preserve his elect. As a matter of fact, let's get a precept on that real quick. What's that? Psalm 33. Let this load up real quick here. Come on, bro. All right, Psalm 33. And I know it's in Psalm 33. I know it is. Right. Psalm 33, verse 18 and 19 in the NLT. All right, it says, but Yahweh watches over those who fear him. You see that? The Lord is going to watch over those that fear him. He's going to provide for those that fear him. He's going to protect those that fear him. You see, those who rely on his unfailing love. He rescues them from death and keeps them alive in times of famine. You see? Let's read that last part again. He rescues them from death and keeps them alive in times of famine. You see, because that's what's going to be the main killer. You see? That's what's going to be the main killer. As a matter of fact, just to prove that, just to let y'all know I ain't just making it up, let's get it. That's the Second Ezra, the 16th chapter, if I'm not mistaken. Second Ezra 16. When the famine, those and the sword destroys. Let's see. Yep, here we go, right here. Second Ezra chapter 16, verse 21. It says, "Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth." And victuals is like your food, your resources, your things that you need, that they shall think themselves to be in a good case. You see, right now you got gas, bro. Where I live at right now, gas right now where I live at, which is still high. You know, I'm not sitting there saying, oh, it's the lowest it's ever. No, but where I live at right now, gas right now is like $2.20. You see? You can still get a few bags. Like, hell, I just left the grocery store just a minute ago, man. And I got like, you know, some bags of food or whatever the case may be. Then you only spend like maybe $50. You know, but here coming very soon, it's gonna be to the point to where as you get one item, and you're gonna be spending all your money due to hyperinflation. Okay, so it says, behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon earth. Sword. And look what's going on in the Middle East right now. You see? Look what's going on worldwide, man. Famine and great confusion, perplexity, like it says in Luke 21. Okay? It says, for many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine. You see that? Many. So when it says, when the scripture says that the slain of the Lord shall be many, in Isaiah the 66th chapter, if I'm not mistaken, that many, the way that many are going to be slain is going to be by way of famine, man. That's going to be the main killer. So it says, for many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine. And the other, right, those that don't perish by famine, you're going to have individuals that's going to have their bomb shelters and their nuclear, you know, their underground bunkers and things of that nature. They got all kinds of food stored up. But what's going to happen to them? It says, in the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. So if you're not on Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai's good side, okay, you're going to get got regardless. Even if you think that you're prepared, you can prepare all that you want in the flesh. You can prepare carnally all that you want. But if that movie Leave the World Behind showed you that. Whenever the little girl went to the nuclear bunker, the people that owned the house wasn't even there. All that food and all, you know, the security, the bunker, you know, the blast door, they wasn't even there. They was probably up in the city somewhere, got stuck, and didn't even make it back home. You know? So going back to the article here, Salakia, going back to the article, it says this demand comes from the UN's Food and Agriculture Organization. It says the head of the FAO, Chu Dongyu, is a former Chinese Communist Party official who previously served as China's Vice Minister of Agriculture and Rural Affairs. The UN, in an unelected body, because the UN can come in and regulate your laws, it can come and regulate your systems, you know, regulate your resources. That's what the United Nations can do. Whenever you see them blue helmets, you know, them blue helmets that got UN written on there, they can step in and have control. So it says the UN, an unelected body, is calling on sovereign nations to impose strict restrictions on their agricultural industries, particularly in meat and dairy production, to adhere to the WEF's net zero target for Agenda 2030. You see, so they're fast tracking a lot of events right now. You got the 50 and 5 campaign where they want to implement the digital. They want to implement the digital ID in 50 countries within 5 years. You see, it's 2023 right now. We about to enter into 2024 in the next couple weeks, so-called 2024. You know, and that's what 24, 25, 26. Yeah, about what 2028, 2029. Lord willing, we're not even here. Okay, Lord willing, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, you know, really fast tracks it, and we're out of here by then, man. I don't even want to. I can't even really realistically. I can't even imagine, you know, another 2 years in this place, man. You know, if it's the will of the Lord, then hey, it's the will of the Lord. But it's just like, man, just looking at the route of how everything's going, you know, you see the Lord getting ready to do something. Okay. It says on Sunday, the FAO released a report demanding policymakers significantly change agricultural markets to align the global agricultural system with the WEF's green agenda. And this lines right up with the whole you know, carbon footprint, the CO2 footprint. Whereas you ain't gonna be able to just you're not gonna be able just to eat meat whenever you want to. You know, you're not gonna be able just to get that steak anytime that you want to. You done exceeded your CO2 limits for the month. Now you can't get this, and now you can't get that. Now you can't turn your car on. You know, now you can't now you can't heat your home in the wintertime because you done used too many, your credits is used up for energy consumption. That's the world that we coming to. And it's all going to be segued into the chip, the MOTB. That's the world that we coming to. And people can think that it's all, oh, you sound crazy. Yeah, you know what? We do. We will be crazy. The scripture says that we're gonna be made fools for Hamashiach Yahweh's sake. Okay? So it says, while the FAO claims that the move is aimed at saving the planet for the greater good, right? And that's they all going into this whole net zero, green agenda, you know, global boiling. We need to stop this. You know, we need to make sure that, you know, we stop the consumption of CO2 output. Here it is. These devils done destroyed the whole planet, man. Contaminated the air, contaminated the food, contaminated the water. Everything's dying. Everybody, you know, people are sick. Here it is. Just a couple years ago, everybody was walking around with a goddamn mask on, man. But now they're worried about the quote unquote worried about the agriculture and the farming and all of that. Man, these devils, man, how about Shem Shah gonna destroy these goddamn devils, man? You Edomites, you so-called white people, man. Okay? So it says, while the FAO claims that the move is aimed at saving the planet for the greater good, there are doubts about the organization's motives. According to Politico, FAU's chief Q Dongyu has been reportedly accused of using his position at the global institution to advance Beijing's specific interests. And you have a particular interest into the Belt and Road the Belt and Road Initiative. You see? Because these so-called Chinese, these Moabites, and they truly believe that they're going to be the next world rulers to come. You see, but lo and behold, Yahweh B'Shem Shah gonna be he's gonna be the one that's gonna rule and the Israelites, man, underneath Yahweh Shai. Beginning with underneath King David, you're gonna have the 12 and the rest of the 144,000 ruling the planet Earth, and the rest of you heathen are gonna be put in subjection. Okay, Jeremiah the 48th chapter goes into Moab's downfall, man. You Moabite, you goddamn. Man, you goddamn Chinese, man, y'all ain't gonna be the next world rulers. Okay. Let's see. And that's mainly it. You know what I'm saying, for the article. That's mainly it. You know, but the key is going into rationing. You see, but the scriptures talk about that. The scriptures talk about how, you know, food is going to be rationed and how the Lord is going to break the staff of bread and the staff of water in this place, man. Okay, let's get Isaiah the 3rd chapter. Okay, Isaiah chapter 3, verse 1. All right, it says, for behold, the Lord, Yahweh of hosts, doth take away from Jerusalem and from Judah the stay and the staff. Okay, and in Jerusalem and Judah is a people before a place. So this is talking about what the Lord is going to do amongst the Israelites, man. Okay, now this did happen in the ancient world, whereas Yahweh B'Shem Shah did, you know, cause a famine to take place by way of the city being besieged. Okay, but the Lord is going to do this again. Okay, so it says he's going to take away from Jerusalem and from Jerusalem and from Judah the stay and the staff. Okay, well now what does stay and staff here mean? It's going to break it down furthermore whenever you read the verse down, but I just want to get the Hebrew word for stay and for staff. All right, the stay, that word stay is masha'ain. Okay, the root word is sha'ain, but it's masha'ain, the stay. Okay, and that word is support. Okay, the support, the staff. Just as you got like a staff that you may lean on, it's like a support system for you. Okay, that's what a staff does. It says the support and the staff. All right, support and staff. Like a staff is a support system. You know, you can lean upon a staff for assistance if you need to stand up or lean upon something. Okay, so going back to the scripture, it says, for behold, the Lord will take away, the Lord of hosts, Yahweh of hosts, doth take away from Jerusalem and from Judah the stay and the staff, the whole stay of bread and the whole stay of water. You see that? The whole stay of bread and the whole stay of water, man. That's what Yahweh B'Shem Shah is getting ready to do. Okay? That's what the Lord is getting ready to do. He's getting ready to take away the support. You see? Because these people live a life of complete decadence, man. Whereas now here, here you still can go to 7-Eleven. You can still go to McDonald's, get fast food and go to these restaurants and things of that nature. This is still accessible. You see? But when when you gotta pay, $500 for a loaf of bread, or $500 for a pack of water due to inflation, that's what's really gonna hurt. That's when you're gonna see people's intentions come out. That whole animal beast mentality come out. You see, that's when 2 Esdras 15 is going to really commence on a very, very, very high level. Where it talks about, they're not going to regard their kings and princes, for the actions shall stand in their power, for the lack of bread. Okay? Let's get Ezekiel, the 4th chapter, real quick. Ezekiel chapter 4, verse 16. All right, it reads, it says, Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, behold, I will break the staff of bread in Jerusalem. See that? I will break the staff of bread in Jerusalem, and they shall eat bread by weight. What does it mean to eat bread by weight? Let's get that word weight. That word weight in the Hebrew is mashakwal. Okay? Mashakwal. All right? And when you get that word weight here, it says of bread by weight. Okay? Your food is gonna be weighed out. You ain't gonna be able to get seconds and thirds and things of that nature. No, you're gonna have a ration of food. Okay? For a particular amount that you're gonna get. You're gonna be rationed how much meat you can eat. You're gonna be rationed how much gas. How much gas you can use on a weekly basis. You're going to be rationed how much heat you can use. You're going to be rationed how much water you can use. How much you're going to be rationed how much energy and electricity you done use, man. All that's going to be rationed. You see? And it's all going to be segued upon the MOTB. Your credits is going to be on the MOTB, man. It's bigger than just buying and selling, just having just to buy something or sell something. It's going to be your whole life pretty much is going to be on this, man. How you move, how you operate, how you be able to pay, how you're going to be able to pay bills, your social credit score, all these different things, man. Okay? It says, and they shall eat bread by weight and with care. You see? And with care, you're going to, with anxiety, with worry. Okay? And they shall drink water by measure and with astonishment. You see that? They're going to drink it by measure and with astonishment. It says that they may want bread, that they may want bread and water. That word want means to lack. That they may lack bread and water and be astonished one with another and consume away for their iniquity. You see, it's going to be a great famine, man. And the scripture says in Lamentations, the 4th chapter, it tells you that it's better for you to be put to death, for lack of better words, by the sword than to die by famine. So this is going to cause people to break and enter into homes even more. It's going to cause more looting in these stores. It's going to cause more murder to happen. Okay, cannibalism. You're going to have people that's not going to be eating for days, man. And they're going to resort to eating their own flesh and eating the flesh of other people. Eating dogs and things of that nature. You had that going on back in Venezuela back in 2015, 2016, something like that. Yeah, that's what's getting ready to come. But it's gonna be far worse over here, man. It's gonna be far worse here in America. Far worse. Okay? We'll end it off on this one. We'll get Ezekiel, the 12th chapter, and we'll end it off on here. Okay? Ezekiel chapter 12, verse 17, it says, Moreover, the word of Yahweh came to me, saying, Son of man, eat thy bread with quaking. What does it mean to quake? It means to shake. Like you had an earthquake and the ground begins to shake. So it says, eat thy bread with quaking, and drink thy water with trembling and with carefulness. You see? You ain't going to be able just to have water to your access. You ain't going to be able to have food to your access. No. You're going to have a particular amount. And if you run out of that amount, that's it. You see? But if you fear Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, the scripture says what? My servant shall eat and my servant shall drink. That's what Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua said, man. His servants, he's going to make a way for his servants to eat and drink in that day. Whereas you're not going to have to worry about that. Verse 19, it says, and say unto the people of the land, thus saith the Lord Yahweh of the inhabitants of Jerusalem and of the land of Israel. They shall eat their bread with carefulness and drink their water with astonishment, that her land may be desolate from all that is therein, because of the violence of all them that dwell therein. You see, due to the iniquity of Jake, okay, the lewdness and the immorality of Jake, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua gonna cause Jake to suffer. You see? And you see who he's using to do it. He's using Esau to bring forth these different decrees, man. You see, because Esau, Edom, the so-called self-proclaimed white man himself, is the whipping stick of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. So these different laws that are being passed, you know, it is Esau doing it, but it's the Most High putting the spirit upon him to do that, to punish our people. Because you got Jake worried about, you know, the NBA, the NFL, this, that, and the third, yeah, blah, 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 blah. You know, and Jake is just completely gone and not paying attention. Well, that's why the scriptures tell you that the day of the Lord shall come like a thief in the night. Whereas these laws get passed and now you going to be regulated to these different laws, man. Okay? So, you know, Lord willing, this is the edifying lesson. That's all that I got. Once again, Lord willing, this is edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us his truth and that's still teaching his truth. And as always, much peace, love, and salutation to the elect. Shalom.